In this adventure, we continue exploring Key West. We attend a seafood festival, explore the beaches, an old friend comes to visit, and we tour Hemingway's house, the Key West Lighthouse, and the Shipwreck Museum. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the adventure.
We're at the Florida Keys Seafood Festival in Key West.
Yes!
We're gonna get some lobster and crab claws.
This festival was held in Key West's Bayview Park on January 13th and 14th. Proceeds from this festival go to sustainable fisheries and youth grants of the local fishermen. The festival featured live entertainment, adult beverages, and seafood and desserts, shrimp, lobster, stone crab, and key lime pie. Admission collected on the first day entitles the same wristband wearer Day 2 entry. Of course, we attended both days.
Gotcha.
It's a thing when you lock them all the time, that's what loosened up his.
Key lime pies. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to try when I'm down here. I've never had a key lime pie.
Oh, he's from LA.
We then mounted our e-bikes, the Rad Rover Power 6 Plus, and headed to the Atlantic side of Key West to tour the beaches, these are actually just about the only beaches you will find on the island of Key West. Located at Higgs Beach is the African cemetery, noted from a U.S. Navy intercept in 1860 of 3 slave ships. Over 1,600 slaves were rescued. Also at Higgs Beach is the Edward B. Knight Pier. This is a very unaware pier to tourists. It features some of the most phenomenal sunsets, aside from Mallory Square.
Meanwhile,
I'm not sure if Teddy's a dog or a cat. Iguanas are almost as numerous as the chickens. And Matt drove down from Illinois to join us as we continue discovering Key West. The front wall surrounding Ernest Hemingway's home.
All right, go to the front door of the house. There'll be a tour guide there. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Stay cool.
No picking up the cats.
Oh, I wasn't going to pick up the cats. Here's what's known as Hemingway's warship. It was a garden. Isn't it pretty? All the plants and how lush it is.
The Home and Museum is open every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and cash only for entry. We took the guided tour, which I highly recommend, in order to obtain those insights you will not gain if touring on your own. Ernest Hemingway was given a six-toed cat by his ship's captain, and they are prevalent throughout the home and gardens.
Great for writing. Yeah, it is.
It is rumored upon returning from one of his adventures, his wife divorced him and said she was going to take every last penny. To which Ernest flipped his last penny and it remains in the floor. Though there are kennels for the cats to relax and hide, they are also free to roam about the grounds and the home, and you will find them in every room, on the roofs, in the gardens.
Yeah.
They don't live very long.
Your son has a baby cat, and if that goes away, you bury it. And then the next one. Yeah, next one. Yeah. I love the one named Errol Flint. Devil's Ivy?
If not just to relax in the lush gardens, the tour is very well worth it. The tour can be completed in as little as 1 hour, or you can take all day. There is no time limit. These steps lead to a basement, which would have been, and still are, under sea level. In the distance, you can see the Key West Lighthouse, which used to stand on the shores of Key West and was utilized by Ernest Hemingway to find his way home when returning from the bars. Across the street is the lighthouse. We're heading over there now to check it out. Military personnel are free admission.
First female lighthouse keeper.
finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Like I was saying, this was the coastline right here. Till the Navy started.
This was the original coastline until the Navy began building outward, which is now known as the Truman Annex. In 1823, the U.S. Navy established a base at Key West and quickly learned a lighthouse would be needed for military and commercial vessels. The current lighthouse was opened in 1848. This may be challenging for some, but the steps to the top and the view from the top are well worth it.
Well, you know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
Pulley system used to bring up lenses and oil for the lamps to burn.
I know they should see this.
Literally across the street is Ernest Hemingway's home.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side,
Also open for touring is the lighthouse keeper's home, which has now become a museum featuring artifacts of the time.
we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
In 1908, Mary Bethel became the first
You can go inside.
female lighthouse keeper in the United States.
We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through.
The lighthouses of the Keys
No limit to what we can do.
and the reef surrounding the Keys on the Atlantic side.
Says no break in it.
Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times,
Tie your knots.
weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do.
Lighthouses were utilized to warn ships of reefs and other seafaring obstructions. So it's only appropriate to head over to the Shipwreck Museum.
You know where he's gonna strike next.
You on the tour at Hemingway's house?
Yeah.
Built all of this. The wharf, the warehouses, warehouse, the pipes. and he built this tower.
From the tower, a lookout would yell, "Wreck ashore! Wreck ashore!" In 1856, Key West became one of the richest cities in the world due to commerce, the wrecks, and those goods regained from the wrecks. The Shipwreck Museum shows you artifacts as well as pays tribute to those divers who back in 1856 did what's known as free diving. In other words, holding their breath.
Yeah, 1856, they were free diving. And
That's what I was wondering.
But the ship was only in 30 feet water, that's deep enough for me. I couldn't do it. But,
Yeah?
They had some good divers back then. They could hold their breath and not only.
So we're at Sigsbee, where we're staying. And the captain of the USS Maine is Sigsbee.
Again, this may be challenging for some, but making it to the top is well worth the view. All of this touring can make one thirsty, and very nearby the Shipwreck Museum is Captain Tony's Saloon, the oldest bar in Key West, and Ernest Hemingway's routine drinking location, as he would use the lighthouse to navigate home. This was the first Sloppy Joe's, and the memorabilia is throughout.
It smells like sweaty balls.
And this is one of our favorite places to get a key lime pie, either by the slice or a whole pie. And we had to take Matt to Mallory Square so that he could experience that sunset. Have you ever seen a dog drive a jet ski? Join us next time as we take a tour of the Sea Turtle Rescue.